So today's video will be Philly cheesesteak in a skillet. So come cook with me. So today's ingredients will be the following. So we've got a large container of Portabella mushrooms that we've already gone ahead and wiped off with a paper towel and sliced. We have 2 bell peppers, one red, one green. That one we got home from the grocery store. We quickly diced up. We have 2 sweet Vidalia onions that we did the same with. We have 1 head of cauliflower that we cut, again, just bite-sized. We have 2 pounds of leaner ground beef. We have 1 can of beef broth. We have one of our new favorite seasonings. It's Himalayan pink salt, black pepper, and garlic. Fantastic. It has a really good punch of seasonings. A little bit of onion powder. We're going to add a little splash of half and half. Forgot the cheese part. Hold on. There we go. Sliced provolone. But again, you can put whatever your family's favorite cheese is. You can do American, you can do Swiss, or you can do a pepper jack. So those are today's ingredients. Because we're using a non-stick skillet, we're not going to need a lot of oil, so we're just going to do just a little dab. And that was avocado oil, so that we're not adding any flavor. To that, we're going to add in our peppers, get those going, and our onions as well. You can see that was just a rough chop. It wasn't. Our handy dandy little chopping tool. So we're going to let the onions and peppers do their thing, get a little softer, and then we'll be right back to add the beef. Alright. Give those a stir. So they've softened a little bit. That's what we want. Make a little bit of room. And go ahead and add in our beef. One. There's 2. We're going to season that up with our Himalayan pink salt and garlic and pepper. And really give that a couple good dashes. Woo-hoo. And same with the onion powder. I know, I make my own sound effects. The smell is incredible. And obviously, if your family is not a fan of onions or peppers, you can obviously just omit. We're gonna let that do its thing for a little bit. That way we can make a little bit more room in the pan once it cooks down. See you back in a minute. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at where we're at. Hot. Alright. Everything is browning nicely. Just like we want. Stir in those peppers. Obviously you can do this with a nice shaved steak, same way. We just found it was a little bit more cost friendly to do it with some nice 85% ground hamburger. You can leave it as is and make it keto friendly, or you can put it in bulky rolls or sub rolls and make it a nice on the go meal if you need to get out the door quickly for a game or an event. All right, so we're gonna put the lid back on and let that meat continue to cook. All right, so everything is cooking down nicely. Give it one last little stir. Now we're going to add in some of the other ingredients, one of which is a half a cup of beef broth. That'll help intensify the beef flavor. And we've got our nicely sliced mushrooms. These will also cook down as well. If you are not a fan of beef, you can also do this with a ground chicken and make kind of a chicken version of this dish. Or you can just leave out the meat altogether and just make it a nice vegetarian version. Now with the cauliflower, it doesn't really change the profile or taste. It just adds more body to the dish and makes you really nice and full. And it's a good way to sneak extra vegetables in for those kids. We just love the flavor. I'm going to give it a couple more dashes. As you're cooking, you want to build flavor. So a couple more good dashes. Put that lid back on so it can cook those new vegetables. Now let's go ahead and give this a nice good stir. Get those cauliflowers and mushrooms closer to the heat. How is this looking? Hubby approved. In the summer, we'll actually do this all on the big flat top griddle too. All right. Let that do its thing and come back in just a minute or two. See where we're at. Look at that. The cauliflower is starting to break down, so that's where you want to be at. You can go ahead and take your spatula and kind of break it down a little bit, and that's where you know you're done. So now what we're gonna do, a nice good stir. We're gonna add in half a cup of half and half, and this is gonna kind of create its own little sauce with that beef broth. Give it a minute to thicken up, and then we'll do the final step, which is adding the cheese. So you can see here the cream has incorporated with that beef broth and those juices and made a nice sauce. So now we're going to go ahead, give it one last stir, and a final step, adding that cheese. So we've got our nice provolone. All right, there's the finished product. Doesn't it look amazing? Ooey and gooey and cheesy. All right, let's go ahead and dish out a scoop. Hamburger. Don't want to burn our face off. So smells just like a Philly steak and cheese. It's incredible. So, I don't know about you, but Philly steak and cheeses are one of our favorites. So we've got a bite of the provolone, a bite of the hamburger, a little bit of the onion, and a little bit of the mushroom. Something about that cauliflower mimics the taste of bread, and I think that's why it's in here to make it keto, but it's incredible. It tastes just like a Philly steak and cheese. Look at that cheese pull. Well, delicious. I hope your family enjoys it as much as us. If you could, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. Would love to hear some comments from you guys. Any suggestions, any questions. I would love to start interacting with you guys and hearing from you guys. So thanks again. Be well. And until the next time. Bye-bye.